two great new statements of wealth and power were completed: the White House and the Capitol. And just a few years later, near to that seat of power of government, St. John's Episcopal Church was opened in 1816. It is known as the Church of the Presidents, a national historic treasure. When the Reverend Rob Fisher got that appointment in April last year, he and his journalist wife Sarah and all their family must have been so delighted for him. A Yale graduate, Rob Fisher is a rising star in the Episcopal Church, excited at being close to the White House, meeting presidents, politicians, dignitaries and visitors from all over the world. A plum job. Then all hell broke loose. Suddenly his name is beamed around the world, the humble church notice board, the very clear backdrop to the president. How dare he? A crude, attention-seeking stunt, a manipulation of people's faith and fears in the present mayhem in the USA, to gain popular approval in an election year, going to that church with a good old black Bible brandished in his right hand, after the church precincts had been forcibly cleared of peaceful protesters for a photo opportunity. The Bible weaponized in a civil war. Here being used as a symbol of moral, even divine authority, of domination and of power. Who does he think he is? A new Jesus clearing the temple? He got that wrong. The clear implication was that people would think of him as the messenger of God, the divine regent on earth, or at least in the USA. Well, in many hearts and minds, that stunt backfired spectacularly. There has been a massive surge of protests from church leaders of every denomination and of every ethnic group, across different faiths and of no faith. The Bishop of Washington, Marianne Budd, criticised the use of tear gas to clear the grounds for a message antithetical to the teachings of Jesus. And the church itself said on its website, "We at St. John's Church were shocked at the surprise visit from the President this evening, and even more appalled at the violent clearing of Lafayette Square to make the visit possible. St. John's is a community that welcomes all, from powerful presidents to the homeless, to worship God. We will strive for justice and peace among all people and respect the dignity of every human being. We stand with those peacefully protesting the tragic, the unnecessary death of George Floyd and the far too many who came before him. We pray that our nation finally confronts its history of racism and as a result can fully embrace the peace of God that passes all understanding." Well, Rob Fisher maybe now won't get a VIP invitation to any White House reception. As with part of the church house, those boats are now truly burnt. He and his congregation will, though, have won respect and kept their integrity and their prophetic voice. If the book had ever been opened and read, then the president would have learned about that. The prophetic voice for truth, for justice. On TV, looking shell-shocked, the Reverend Rob said, "It's an alternative universe, a surreal moment. We aim to be a space for grace in this city." Well, we in Scotland have our own challenges of racism, class divisions, expressions of prejudice and sectarianism, as Billy Connolly refers to just this week in his own upbringing, and now made more significant by the distortions and excesses of social media. Brandishing a black book is just a stunt. Ironic, the book is black. And is he promising to tell the truth? It needs to be opened, but even more, it needs to be read with discernment. Which bits do we choose to focus on? At Jesus more than Joshua? At deliverance rather than domination? At restoration rather than retribution? It's all there, and it's relevant for us too. We also must aim to create a space for grace in all our cities and communities.